Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, I'm SocioPsycho, and this is StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty Mission 5. Let's get right to it.
The Mobius boys think there's another artifact on a world called Monolith. Supposedly there's Protoss guarding it. A group of fanatics call themselves the Tal'Darim. Now don't get all sentimental thinking these Tal'Darim are your old Protoss buddies, 'cause they ain't. There it is, Jimmy. Just like Mobius said. Easy money.
I don't know. There's a lot of Protoss down there. We're gonna have to... What the?
Warning. Multiple Zerg biosignatures detected.
Ah, hell.
Them critters were just hiding underground, waiting?
No idea, but you can bet they're headed straight for our shrine.
Well, that sure complicates things. We can't fight two armies at once, partner.
With any luck, we won't have to. We only need to hold the area at the top of the shrine long enough to extract the artifact. So we'll land here and cut our way through the Protoss lines while they're busy with the Zerg. It's only a matter of time before the Zerg overwhelm the Protoss. We'd best grab the artifact and be long gone by then.
Zerg. Why is it always Zerg? Zerg, very dangerous. You go first. So, Tal'Darim is something that you're going to want to remember. It's pretty important to a story. Don't exactly remember what we're going to expect, so we're going to play it safe. Build up a defensive bunker in the beginning, so that way we can hopefully, hold off at least some of the incoming attacks.
The Zerg severely outnumber the Protoss forces. It is likely the Protoss will fall shortly.
Well, here's the plan. Then we've got to get that artifact before the Zerg overrun the whole place.
Warning. Protoss stalkers are gathering at our perimeter. Incoming transmission.
I got something new for you, cowboy. Marauders, the latest word in big bada boom hardware.
I ain't sure this is the best time to be experimenting, Swan.
Best time there is. Let the Marauders loose against those stalkers and you'll see.
We might have to be a little clever in repositioning the enemy. So on this mission there'll also be Protoss relics, just as when we collected the Brutalisk last time. There'll be research technology options like this one right here. I believe there's 3 of them in this map, so we'll need to clean those up as well right before we outrun the Zerg. Really, it's just a time gap. I think it's not overly difficult, so really it's just a time jump. We have to make sure that we don't allow the Zerg to beat us to the artifact, and there's 2 lanes pretty much. This map is spread out with a north and a south lane. We have the south lane, the Zerg obviously have a north lane, and the Zerg will be combated against by Protoss forces and their continuational strive to build up defenses, so they have the
incoming Zerg attack wave detected.
Majority of the Zerg's attention up there. With any luck, doing something like this will kind of, maybe it'll leave the Zerg and they'll do some of the work for me. I don't know, I really don't know how much that will accomplish, but maybe it'll do something. So here we have the mercenaries as well, again.
SCV ready.
Sure thing.
Did they even do any damage?
Believe it.
None of the cannons are hurt, so that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping they'd do at least something.
Will do.
Basically, it's pretty simplistic. We'll get our army up, we'll build up a standing force, we're just going to leave 1 bunker to defend, and then we're going to move out. Ah, why, hello there. That explains what happened to all the Zerglings, because it was an injured zealot in the mix of all that. Thus meaning that the Zerg kind of get wiped out by that group. So right now in the story, this group are a Tal'Darim. They are a fanatic offshoot of the Protoss. They're not actually part of the Protoss as we know them in or from StarCraft 1.
Bad news. SCV ready.
See, in StarCraft 1, the basic dynamic, and that guy didn't get anywhere out of there. That Marauder just kind of got crushed.
SCV ready.
So in StarCraft 1, Minx and Jim Raynor
You got it.
strive together to fight against the Confederacy.
Bad news. SCV ready. Ah, you scared
Once
me.
they win, Minx ends up betraying Jim and Kerrigan. Kerrigan gets taken by the Zerg, becomes the Queen of Blades. The Overmind at that part is what was leading the Zerg swarm, and the Overmind attacks Ire, which is the Protoss home world.
What's going on?
Now these Protoss we're facing are not those Protoss. The Protoss we're facing are the Tal'Darim, which are an offshoot of Protoss. They ran away, renegades, religious fanatics type deal. But that's pretty much the rundown. The main Protoss homeworld was destroyed, as well as
You rang?
a lot of the standing army. So that fills in the background gap of they're not your friends, as he was saying. What we're going to do here is we're going to try to set up another little trap.
Armed and
One Marine sacrifice and one Marauder.
ready.
That way the Marine will be the alerting force.
Upgrade complete.
Don't leave me hanging.
And even if I don't get... The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm playing on Brutal and I don't exactly remember or know what I'm going to be facing. So if there's a alert status and I can at least even just buy my forces or my bunker time
You're the boss.
Not
by
enough
splitting
minerals.
up the enemy that's going to come at me,
Who wants some?
then I'm going to do that. It might not, it might work out beautifully, it might just be like, why did I bother doing that? But hopefully it will buy me some time. And
Yep.
the way we're going here is our army is going to have to end up being sort of a all or nothing attack due to the time crunch.
Ready to fry.
Because we do want those.
We could use
And
some
here we go.
help here.
Go on.
Base is under attack.
Yeah, see, the Zerg didn't even... They weren't even interested in me by that point. But I did split up all those little Zerglings, meaning that the Banelings weren't able to maximize their potential. So even though it wasn't amazing of an outcome, it did help.
Do.
But back to the army, we're going to basically be building up a one-shot type army and hopefully pushing through everything we need to without having too much delay in that regard,
Complete.
because
Believe it.
the Zerg are making fairly steady strides against the Protoss in the north.
This better be good. Go, go, go.
Is this army big enough to take out the Protoss base? No, but we need that relic, so we're going to come up this way first.
Upgrade complete.
Gangway coming through. Oh, yeah.
The doctor is in.
You know, fun little side note is that if you do play the game in a more defensive way and you want to build bunkers to that northern path which leads to the
In the rear with the gear.
main road, you can actually divert some of the Zerg with bunkers so you can slow down the rate that the Protoss are getting hit, but the enemy Zerg also drop in drop pods which can just devastate, and they don't drop them in back, they drop them in right into the Protoss base at a certain time. So even if you destroy, you can actually destroy the enemy Zerg base in this mission and still lose because the enemy Zerg drop pods come in and they'll win the artifact. So it really on its base structure is just about getting to the other side of the artifact, claiming it before they are able to. So as you can see, the Zerg are a little bit, they're not exactly ignoring me. Unfortunately for us, they're not giving us the same attention as the Protoss, but they're letting us know that they haven't forgotten about us. I think this army should be good because we should be able to trickle in more troops as we go forward, but this should be good to at least get a foothold into their territory on this side.
Outstanding.
You can look at the mini-map in the north, you can see the Zerg slowly making their way up to the base. So there is a time crunch.
This better be good.
Don't leave me hanging.
Got some pylons in the front. Obviously that's what we're going to take out because for pylons, power, like the energy power conduit to the photo cannons. So we take out those and then we can move up and take out everything else. That much more ease.
That's fine.
I'm a little hesitant because of that exact reason.
Aye, sir.
Just say when. First round's on me. Sure thing.
This better be good. Oh, yeah.
I want to just push right in and just destroy him in like one glorious stroke of combat. But he has a lot more energy than
Scared me. Been waiting.
I'm giving him credit for.
Looking forward to
And that one really hurt.
it. Who wants some? Orders received. Been waiting on you. Armed and ready. Who wants some? Been waiting on you.
So one bunker is doing pretty well. The Protoss are fighting back. They haven't failed yet, so that's definitely good. I think we're still doing good on time-wise. And pushing a little bit more and not worry about... It is random to a slight degree, because you never really know how well the Protoss are going to do. Is a drop pod going to land at the exact time that an enemy counter army of the Protoss is moving out? How does everything match up? Sometimes the positions of a Protoss will be not that good and will be at a disadvantage. Other times things will time up well. I think it's more of the times where we're actually having a bit more of an advantage on our side because the Protoss are getting the wins, or at least
This better be good.
the more strategic hold-offs against the Zerg in the north. If we wanted to go, there's a speed achievement, I believe, for this mission. It's like 15 minutes or something. It's pretty easy to get. You just have to ignore all the little bonus objectives and ignore most of the enemy Protoss base and just go straight for it. But we are not doing that. We need to destroy some of these little buildings, get our army rebuilt, which is trickling in, and get that last little bonus objective.
Been waiting on you. This better be good. Orders received. You got it. Who wants some? By the news.
Go time.
Who wants some? This
The
better
doctor is in.
keep it cured out, Sparky.
I'm in a world of hurt.
We could use some help here. Go, go, go!
Base is
The
under
doctor
attack.
Gangway, coming through.
Warning, the Zerg have almost reached the artifact.
By the numbers.
I think their base is still holding out okay.
Affirmative.
We've almost reached the artifact. That was probably like a drop pod, but it was fought, you know.
Base is under attack.
It was probably a drop pod, but they were able to destroy it. The main army of Zerg are coming into that base. You can see it streaming in on the minimap. So we need to start pushing up and
Mineral field depleted.
destroy this side before we wait any longer.
Kaboom, baby!
Sure thing. Looking forward to it. What the?
Yeah, the Protoss are pretty much lost their base. They're not really going to be able to survive against that, but it doesn't matter because we have won! Ladies and gentlemen, I give you smash and grab.
I got a crew coming down to pick up the artifact.
We got what we came for. Let's hightail it out of here.
I forgot how resourceful you were, Jim. I won't make that mistake twice.
Kerrigan.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have a couple of achievements you can see there. Time 1, which isn't too bad. We did pretty well. I thought more Zerg would have been killed, but I guess it doesn't count the ones the Protoss killed. It's probably just the ones I've killed.
That's funny, convict. I don't recall giving you access to our database.
Just keeping up on current events, Captain. Seems this Queen of Blades got everybody running scared. She don't look so tough.
You have no idea who she is, do you, Tychus?
Don't matter to me none.
Well, it matters to Jim. They were close once.
Wait a minute. You're telling me they were shacked up?
Apparently she was something else. Before the Zerg took her. Turned her into that.
And Jimmy feels responsible.
Honestly, if we have to face her again, I don't know what he'll do.
Woman like that, there's only one thing to do.
I caught Tychus hacking into our database, sniffing around about Kerrigan. I don't know what his game is, but we clearly can't trust him.
Matt, me and Tychus ran together a long time. Got in all sorts of trouble. When the law finally caught up, he took the rap for both of us. Never once ratted me out. I got a second chance. He got locked up.
I understand your loyalty, sir, but...
I owe him, Matt. Leave it be.
Yes, sir.
Your Mobius buddies ever happen to mention that the Queen of Blades wants these artifacts too?
Hey, they just give me the missions, man. What's it matter anyway? Putting that bitch down would be doing everyone a favor.
I thought it was just about the money with you, Tychus.
Nothing says I can't do my part for humanity and get paid well for my trouble.
Right.
This is Donnie Vermillion live from UNN. Tonight, we're going to discuss the infamous Queen of Blades. Scientists and military insiders have long speculated that the enigmatic alien is, in fact, an infested human.
That's right, Donnie. Is it possible that the leader of the Zerg has a human heart?
More importantly, Kate, could this mean some kind of Terran-Zerg alliance is possible?
Donnie, there's never been any evidence at all to suggest that infested humans retain their free will.
You make a good point, Kate. The question is then, how do we kill her?
That's one I think we all can agree on. If humanity is to survive, the Queen of Blades needs to be eliminated.
Must be hard, man, seeing the Queen of Blades out in the world again.
How much do you know about Kerrigan, Tosh?
I had some friends in the Ghost Academy. That girl was a legend even before she disappeared from the program. There's a few that know the truth, how the Queen of Blades came to be.
She's a creature of pure rage now.
Oh yes, it's her or us. If we don't kill her, she'll slaughter us all.
What type of new mercenaries do we have? We have 2 Marauders. More damage and health on them. Yeah, definitely pick those guys up. They'll be invaluable later on.
Are you alright, sir? Confronting Kerrigan again after all these years.
We've got to stop her, Matt. No matter what she's after.
Well, we gave her a setback today. The artifacts are obviously important to her. I just wish we knew why.
So what do we have? Marauder attack slows all units in target area. That is a nice ability. Very much worth the cost. Missile turrets gain a second attack, and turret increase in life. Those both are pretty nice to deal with the anti-air.
I've been hearing strange stories from the crew of late. Unexplained noises, strange visions, voices in the dark. Rumor has it these things are haunted.
Superstitious nonsense. These artifacts are completely inert and they're contained down here in the lab. There is some trace radiation, but I don't see how they could affect things elsewhere on the ship.
Heaven forbid we run across alien tech that messes with our primitive little monkey brains. Just keep a close eye on them, Doc.
That Zerg woman seemed to know you. She really rattled you, didn't she?
Me and her, well, we go back a ways. She was a ghost once. Back then, we were hooked up with Mengsk fighting to get rid of the old Confederacy. We made a pretty good team.
What happened to her?
She was a casualty of war. No offense, Doc, but I really don't like to talk about it.
I understand. If you ever change your mind, I'm here.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 5. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.